Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Democracy 4 with me, Alpha Pi Omega and France. So we got re-elected, which is the great news of the day. And the second great news of the day, we are at a surplus. Finally, all of the things that we have done are paying off and we can start lowering the insane debt. The reason why we are doing so good though is that the actual expenses for the debt interest have dropped, in lieu of the increased or upgraded credit rating. But we're going to take advantage of that. Honestly, we're not making that much, because when you look at the world economy, it's basically at 1/4 of what it could be, while our relative GDP is at its highest point. But I'm not going to complain, it is good. We managed to do what we needed to, and it's fine. I am okay with it. So what do we do now? Well, we have effectively solved the biggest threat to our game as of yet. We now have a surplus and we managed to get re-elected. So what we could do now is actually improve the life of our population and start shaping the world in what I want it to be. Now this is a much better part of the game, but this is one point where it usually goes all the same way for me. So I'll do it here and then we'll decide what to do. I don't know how many episodes I will do, because we have pretty much one. Once you get into a surplus and your popularity is high, there isn't that much more of a challenge in the game. I'm gonna lie. You can reshape it, enjoy yourself. But you have solved the biggest issue once you have the budget under control. Now there will of course be massive threats to your country as the economy crashing. There can be market stock crashes, new events and stuff like that. But the biggest thing is to get in control of your country. So now let's do a small review of what we have and what we would like to do. We have a new trigger now, or new bad situation, internet crime, so we'll need to deal with that. And I would also like to lower the unemployment to a minimum. But other than that, we are pretty much okay. Housing expansion thing happened. There's a shortage of homes in our country, and the government is under pressure to relax planning laws and allow previously restricted greenbelt land to be built on. No, we're gonna keep the planning restrictions. There is always pressure to build new homes on greenfield sites, because housing companies will find it cheaper and easier to build on them. There are plenty of urban sites that should be reused before we resort to carving up the countryside. A sudden expansion into the greenbelt would have a dreadful impact on the rural communities. I agree with that completely. And environmentalists and farmers agree with me, which is good. So, what do we want to do? I took some manifestos. Yes, we need to increase the secularity of education by 50%. We have currently 50 and we need to get it to 75. We have mortgage tax relief to increase by 50% as well. So we need to get it to 74%. And executive term length will be cut by 25%, which is actually kind of interesting. There's a lot of things in here that I haven't yet seen and that we will investigate now that we are actually fine. So, first things first, the mortgage tax relief. I was talking about that before, and now the game will allow me to do it. This is actually one of the new things that you can do in the game, as opposite to before, and I kind of like it. The manifestos are good, the speeches as well. They might need a bit more reworking, but it will be fine. Okay, so if I put it here, we have managed to do what we want to do. And actually I think, well, it's going to increase the generation wealth gap, and the poor will not like it. So let's not go overboard. Let's just go with what I have promised the people and do that. So we have done the one thing that I promised to people. And then the secularity of the education. That's one thing that I actually wanted to investigate before as well. But where is it? There should be. Isn't there like a way where you can? Oh yeah. Okay, you can just click the icon. So security of education is on science emphasis. There can be a fundamentalist, which it greatly increases the religious membership and the religious opinion of you. Then you got religious emphasis, science emphasis, secular, and then there's atheist. The atheist pisses off religious people, but greatly reduces their membership. I think, though, that we are already having a hard time with the religious people, and yeah, their happiness is at an all-time low, but their numbers are reducing. So I think that we are going to go with secular setting there. And the last thing is that you wanted to cut the executive term length by 25%. Yeah. Oh, you can go all the way to 35 years, which increases the liberal and democracy. Or you can go to 7 years. Okay, so we're gonna have to get it to here. Yeah, to 4 years. Okay, not a problem. We don't have enough political power for either of these, so let's just check if there is something else. Oh yeah, this is one thing that I wanted for a long time. I hate genital mutilation, and the ban in my country, if I ruled it, would go to imprisonment. I mean, ban for females is absolute minimum. Banned male and female is the second thing that I would vote. I would vote for this in a blink of an eye. But yeah, I am not ashamed of going all the way to imprisonment. And the religious group in my country can do a backflip if they want, but yeah, it's not happening. Okay, Social Justice Foundation actually increases liberalism. I kind of like that, so let's get that one as well. And then there's going to be a couple of law and order things that I would like to do. Now, there's a lot of things here that you can do. I kind of like the armed police because that lowers the violent crime, though our violent crime is at an all-time low, so that's not a problem. You can go quite high. There are things like curfew that you can get. There are things like general media censorship. We're going to avoid that, but I guess there's a couple of things. I still want the compulsory language classes here. And we're gonna go with some of the investments into transport. The high-speed rail subsidies, I never had those. They help with commuter and lower air travel, which we should get a bit lower because it increases the CO2 emission quite a lot. And it hurts the environment. So we'll see if we can do anything with that. Let's end the... Oh! Wow, for some reason we have lost the egalitarian society. Oh, and a flash crash. Okay, so this is one of the things that I've been talking about. That's bad news because that tanked 30% of our GDP. Automated trading has rendered the stock market so fragile that a single large trade has sent stocks into sudden spiral. Economists are calling for the immediate introduction of rules for automated trading to prevent such a disaster from ever happening again. Our GDP took severe hit. Wow, but we are still in a surplus. That is incredible. Yeah, look at how much we lost, but as the global economy is starting to increase, it is still enough to be in a surplus. So debt is just above 3 trillion. And I'm gonna do another thing from the manifesto. We're gonna lower the executive term length to 4 years by spending 18 political capital on it. And how are we on alcohol consumption? I don't think we need an alcohol awareness campaign. It's just a way to spend money. Compulsory school sports, we've already dealt with that. Witness protection program, that's overall a pretty good thing, so let's get it. It's gonna lower violent crime. We're not having a problem with violent crime, but let's get it. as low as possible. Okay, GDP is back where it was supposed to be. We are now at a budget with deficit. Did I read correctly? Oh yeah, okay, so I see. So you are getting money one turn back. Okay, I get it. You get money from the past turn. So the past quarter. Okay, so now we're at a deficit, but next quarter we're gonna get a massive boost. Okay, cool. Ban face recognition in public. Advances in AI have resulted in it being cheap and practical to recognize faces using simple cameras in our streets. In theory, this is great for detecting criminals, but it opens up the whole topic of privacy and big data. Should we step in to prevent the blanketeering of our cities with face recognition cameras that store who knows what information? We could ban it or allow it. I think I'm gonna ban it. This is coming from my deepest respect for privacy, and I don't really think that face recognition will help with it much. I think it's too much of a risk. Now I understand the benefits, but unless this is well protected, there's already a lot of things that can do a similar service as the face recognition, so let's ban it. The capitalist hated technology suffers, but we need to do that. So now let's look at the secularization or secularity of education. Okay, I can't increase it enough, so I'll use the 18 political capital, and then we'll get more. How's the security situation? Okay, so we're actually doing okay. Our people are not that mad at us. Though the religious are probably going to hurt us, their membership is very low. Actually, I think we could greatly increase the merit tax allowance. I kind of like that idea, because usually people leave or people use this money for their families, and it should be beneficial to live as a couple. So I don't have a problem with that, and that would improve the standing with religious people and conservatives and parents, which are groups that I usually a bit bully in my games. So why not do that? Let's end the turn. Oh, egalitarian society is back. What the hell is going on with it? Is it based on GDP or something? Education inequality and racial tensions. Okay, our racial tensions are increasing, due to massive immigration. We're doing very good. Border controls. I want to investigate this. I don't know if the immigration is that good. What does it increase? Citizenship test cost, ethnic minorities memberships, healthcare demand, population, racial tensions. We might want to check how we can lower the racial tension instead of getting rid of the immigration in itself. So we have a minor budget deficit of 1.58. Okay, our GDP is at max. You are going up. We're still not getting as much as we did before. Airport expansion. Didn't we already had this? Reject the plan. Tourism and capitalists are mad. Okay, and we have 24, so that should be enough for the, what did I want to do? The manifesto. Security of education. Okay, that's gonna make religious very mad, but you know what, let's make it atheist. And also increase the merit tax allowance as a sort of a added benefit to the people that want to live as a couple. Where is my... I'll probably have to go there this way. I don't remember what the symbol was. Merit tax allowance. It's a couple. Oh, here it is. I'm kinda interested in... Well, it's interesting that there's nothing like population increase or something here. Because usually merit tax allowance is connected to children, I think, in a way. Should help with children. Okay, so GDP, health and education are maxed. Garbage scam. Tons of garbage shipped abroad for recycling has been returned. The containers full of unwanted waste from our society was falsely labeled as recyclable plastics. Environmentalists are outraged by the fundamental failure of our country's recycling program. The national embarrassment has made headlines around the world. Oh, okay. Situation imminent. Oh, pollution. Pollution, that's gonna be bad. Population, reforestation, and the environment. Yeah, the environment just keeps crashing down. This would tank the GDP, but help lower the CO2 emissions. Micro-generating grants. Okay, I actually think this is a slightly better way how to improve it. It's gonna help with the energy efficiency. Yeah, for $500 million. What else could we do to improve the environment? Electrical cars initiative. Holy hell! Electric car transition. That actually increases the environment greatly. Mandatory micro-generators. That also, and wow, is it really this cheap? What's the downside? I guess nothing. Reforestation, we got it at a max. There's not much else that I can do with this. I could... Yeah, the population keeps increasing. Keep the country tidy. Car emission limits. Sure, I think this one could be also increased, and that's cheaper. Okay, 7 political capital. Did we finish everything in our manifesto? We did. Okay, so that's good. And yeah, we're already at a surplus of 6 billion. The debt needs to go down, so that's kind of important to us. Okay, egalitarian to sad is gone, and what? Oh wow, we got the respiratory disease back. Holy hell. Tobacco usage. Well, tobacco usage is at a minimum, so that's not gonna help. Reforestation and the environment are taking it out. We really need to do something with the environment, honestly. That's gonna have to be our focus for now. Surplus is okay. I wanted to improve the merit tax allowance. Well, honestly, that is a massive expense. Tax break for married couples. Church group sees it as essential. Collaborative with voters. Traditional family values. It does help. Yeah, you know what? Let's not do that. Now that I see the expenses, it's not worth it. I like traditional values, and I think this might be enough. Honestly, it's only costing us 2 billion. Though I just said a couple of minutes ago that I would do it. I feel like a politician already. How are we doing? Well, happiness is tanking. Their membership is tanking. Well, we have a surplus, but honestly, right now, I'd rather put it to the environment. Clean energy subsidies, the environment, all demand. Okay, this is a good one. What else can we do? Food standard agency. Okay, this would increase the food price. How bad is the food price? It's not bad. Food standards on price population. One thing that I haven't really shown you yet is the rare earth crisis. This is a special kind of crisis that increases the price of various things, and that tanks GDP productivity and lowers the technological advantage. Yeah, which is almost at a fall. Now there is a special way how you can deal with it. Wow, we don't have recycling? Really? Really? Recycling? Supporters of recycling argue that dumping waste in landfills just isn't a long-term solution, and the government needs to show the way by providing facilities to recycle as many waste materials as possible. This might include recycling newspapers, cardboard bottles, and even some plastics. I'm surprised, how come we don't have recycling? That's weird, but it's not what I was looking for. There's like a forced... oh, this one. Green Electronics Initiative. Yeah, this one can take away the entirety of our rare earth crisis. So we need to implement that next quarter. Yeah, most of our people are starting to wake up. You represent socialists and environmentalists, and trade unionists and socialists. Do socialists really hate me that much? Wait, where are socialists? Here they are. And they like me. Why don't they? And the other one was environmentalists? No, trade unionists. Okay, trade unionists, I get that. They don't really like me. They don't really like me. The unemployment... Russia. Yeah, we just keep pushing them. And the robotics research grant, they hate. Water industry. Okay, let's move on. And new major party donor. Your fundraising efforts have managed to attract a new wealthy individual to donate to your future campaign fund. Make sure you keep this donor happy and pay attention to the groups they sympathize with. If donors become unhappy, there's a chance you will lose their vital financial support. Illegal immigration amnesty. Everyone knows we have illegal immigrants in our country. A proposal has been put that we should offer existing immigrants an amnesty and welcome them as proper citizens who can work and pay taxes like anybody else. Refuse the amnesty. An amnesty might be tempting for tax and law and order reasons, but it sends a terrible message. People who broke our laws and came here illegally should never be rewarded for doing so. This would just lead to yet more illegal immigration from people hoping the same happens to them. I actually agree with that. Yeah, I think minorities hate it, liberals hate it, but patriots like it. I don't want to... my stance on immigration is that it should be open for anyone to come legally. You shouldn't punish people that want to come, but you should definitely punish people who come illegally. So, compulsory work for the unemployed. Wait, we wanted the... where was it? Economy. The Green Electronics Initiative. Look at what it does to rare earth crisis. It lowers also the CO2 emissions, but our capitalists really don't like us. Man, they're gonna be very soon very mad with me. There's 50% of them in the population. And they really hate me, but keeping the GDP high makes them happy. They know that I'm doing my job well. So... they can deal with it. Okay, so and we won an international literary award. We got a decent surplus, and we got a situation imminent environmental protest. Or data is showing that people have a potential bad situation, environmental protest on our hand if we don't act soon. Yeah, people are concerned with the environment, but I'm actually doing what I can with the environment. Why is it getting worse when the environment is starting to get better? Okay, reforestation and keep the country tidy. Yeah, I have done a lot here, and it's helping. So, what the hell, people? Oh my god. This would be very expensive. Girl generation grants. Game hunting restrictions. Banned. Unregulated. It's gonna make the poor mad. The farmers. But farmers like me. The poor also like me. So I think this is a way how to give a small boost to the environment. Yeah, we're slowly moving towards, look at the GDP just going up. And the global economy GDP is up here already. And the debt is just coming down. We have, what's our rating? A already? Or can we see that? Oh, credit rating is AA. Okay, we can get even better. If we could get AAA, we would be fine. Our interest rate is only 1.93%, and our debt to GDP ratio is almost 100%. Jesus Christ. Yeah, the debt needs to go away. Okay, merger. A large internet company has announced plans to buy out one of its main competitors. This merger needs government approval, but if it goes ahead, it will create one of the biggest companies in the country. There is no good reason to prevent this merger. It is in an increasingly global market. Our companies need to grow. Sure, I don't think it would probably tell me that there is a monopoly happening. So, okay, surplus, and we have a lot of political power now. So, eco home regulations would probably help the environment. No, it just lowers the CO2 emissions, which are already fairly low. Government subsidies for Union space program. we could go with space program to the moon and beyond. Mars program. Holy hell. Okay. I think we already do have the private. Yeah, we have the private space industry, which is at max. One thing that I might want to check is the state health service. We do have the doctor strike. This would help the poor, the socialists, the health of the population, the retired, lower the unemployment, hospital overcrowding, private healthcare. Everybody would like it, but it would cost us additional 14 billion to get it there. State of service. Yeah, I don't think this would help with the hospital overcrowding. I don't think it would help enough. What increases the healthcare demand? Immigration. And health is maxed out, so in the hospital overcrowding, there's only one thing that I just realized, there was something called healthcare vouchers, which might help. Yeah, this would also lower the healthcare demand. Social care, but that's also very expensive. One child policy. population, yeah, that lowers the population. Universal basic income. Earth metal. You know what I could do? I could do the thing that I wanted to do for a long time, and that is the flat income tax. That is super expensive. But I mean, look, a flat rate income tax is a tax where every citizen pays the same marginal rate of income tax regardless of their total income. As a result, the cleaner in the office pays the same rate as a CEO, though the CEO's total tax bill will be higher. This simple structure can lead to lower avoidance and evasion. It is not progressive and can exacerbate income inequality. So potential income is up to 129 billion, while our current payroll tax high. Yeah, proportionate, easy to collect and hard to avoid. Okay, so this one would be instead of it. Did I just increase it? I hope not. I hope not. God damn it. But just... No, I didn't. Flat income tax. 229 billion, I don't think... No, that was not the income tax. This is the income tax. So we have a 42% income tax. And if we cancelled it and introduced a flat income tax, wow, that would be super complicated to do. I have 29. Can I get more? Even budget. Okay, DNA. That's we've already done this. Okay, now I have 38. Is there like a maximum? Oh yeah, I have 38 maximum, so I can't even get the flat income tax. I just don't have enough for that. Okay, well, we're just not gonna do that then. I'll just not do that then. That's the best way how we can do it. Okay, we haven't gotten the rare earth crisis is going away as the Green Electronics Initiative kicks in. The uncompetitive economy is still here. And we have the internet crime. Okay, I'll need to improve that. I think this helps. Okay, that's gonna piss off people, but we need to keep control over the crime. And I'll check if there is anything else that I can do to get rid of the internet crime, after which we are going to end this episode and move on to the next one. Well, this will lower internet crime too, but I'm not entirely happy with internet censorship. That does not seem like a good idea. National Armed Force Police drones. Proportionate rights to die. Death penalty. General media censorship. Mandatory microchip implants. Oh hell. Secret courts. Secret courts. It's gonna be alright. Torture usage by secret services. Waterboarding that poor guy. And there's nothing here either? Okay, let's go stamp out Racism Week. I'm gonna end the episode here. We are about halfway through our second term. As you can see, the debt is starting to go down. I don't even think you can see it here, honestly. But yeah, right now it's 93.18%. So it's getting better. As Oh, wow. Okay, something broke. Something broke. It's early access, don't worry. And I'm gonna just let you look at this nice little graph. And once I'm done with dealing with the current issues, you know what? The current issues are the environment, the internet crime, and the hospital situation. But dealing with that is still we can't deal with that if we're paying. If we had this debt gone, I would gladly invest all those 30 million into hospitals. Hospitals are mandatory good stuff for people, but honestly, when we're paying 13.62 billion euros for hospitals, I can't do that. So I'll see you in the next episode where we continue improving the life of our citizens with Democracy 4, or what's left of it.